What is up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode. This is Trading to Team Media Hybrid episode 28, and we are getting very close to near the end of this series. We have sold 8 items over the 12-hour period, first of which is Javier Pastore for 9.3k. Also, to mention, much appreciated on the earlier video, given all the likes. It does help a lot, and it is much appreciated. Hopefully you will stick around, like this video as well, and it's going to be around a 10-minute video, so, you know, power to you if you do stay for the whole video. 9.9k for Adel Taarabt, great profit on him. I've mentioned many times, a great player to trade with. 7.4k for Ronaldinho, again, not the most sought after player in striker, but he still does command a good price. Rafael Sobis for 5.9k at striker. Frank Lampard for value, I think he was at CDM for 13,000 coins, I do believe. I'm not 100% sure on his position. Matthias Fernandez sold for 4.7k, and he was one of the tougher players to sell. Not the most wanted of players converted, probably not someone a lot of people search. Podolski sold as well for 19,500, I do believe, in the centre mid position. 7.3k for Wijnaldum, which obviously he's changed formation or something like that, to a striker. As you can see, we've still got quite a few players left to put up that we have bought. All these players in the trade piles are bins. So we got this D'Alessandro for 3.6. We're putting him up for 7.6k. Adel Taarabt we got for 6,500 coins. We're going to put him again roughly the same, 9.9k, just under the 10k mark. This Chadley, something like that, we're going to put him up for 11,000 coins. We got him under this guard. Honda 5,000 coins, going to put him up for 9,000 coins for the 12 hours. Ola Toivonen, a player that's probably not the most sought after player, but I got him for 2. I'm putting him up for just shy of 6. Hopeful he will sell. Carlos Eduardo for 950 coins, going to put him up at 9.9k. Nearly a 9k profit, that is. What a bin that was. 5.9 on those, that's a beast. 2.8 we bought Turan for. We're going to put him up for around 6.5k. We still got a Lamella that we're going to put up at some point. 8 Orellano at Cam for 2.5, going to put him at 4.9. Another D'Alessandro, this time at striker, 1.6, put him up for 6.9. A Lucas converted to striker, 7,000 coins, going to put him up at 9.8. And a Arda Turan at centre mid, 4.3, and hopefully going to get 7.8k for him. Still got the Lamella we're going to sell at some point, and some other players. All the players in this area, which is the watch list, we've won for bids. 1.1k for that Deco, just under 7k we put him up for. Next player, Adel Taarabt at striker, 6.4k, going to put him up at 9 for 12 hours. Another Taarabt, this time again at striker, 7,500 coins, going to put him up at 9.2k. Moussa Dembele, I do believe, at CDM in a 352, 6.8, put him up at 8.9, or just shy of 9k. A Giovinco in left mid, 343, 4,000 coins, going to put him up at 5.9. A player that we really did trade a lot of, and I just randomly stumbled across him as well. 3.9k for Vargas, put him up, and I'm hopefully going to get around 5.5k for him. That seems to be his mark, 5-ish k. And either way, it's a decent profit. 3k for another Vargas, again just under the one I just put up for 5.5 or 5.4k. Hopefully that one will sell first. 5.1k for Kaka, and I'm hopeful to get around 7.6. His price is really bombed at the striker position, which is unfortunate. Wellington Nem 4.5, going to put him up at 6.3. A Shinji Kagawa, this time at striker in a 352, 4.5k, one for on a bid, going to put him up at 7.9. Next player is Marco Marin, and we have every episode, I swear I have one of him. 3.2k, going to put him up at 7.8, and no wonder I keep going back to him if I keep making that solid profit on him. Valdivia, one of the more tougher players to sell, 1.3k, and going to put him up at 6.4k. Another Valdivia as well in centre mid, again 1,000 coins, going to put him up roughly the same ballpark, 6.4k. Not the best player to trade with, and tough, much like this D'Alessandro. 1.7k, going to put him up for 7.2. These sort of players are really not the most sought after in those converted positions, and are incredibly tough to sell. Got this Mangane for 8,000 coins. I'm going to list him for 10,750. He discards for like 9 point something, 9.6. So if he doesn't sell, I'm simply going to discard them. But you know, that's a profit nonetheless, at least 1.5k profit. Speaking of profit, Giovinco sells for 5.9, and again, if you focus in on any player, you're going to make money. I easily made over a K on Giovinco, and that was literally, I just searched for it 1 minute, saw the latest one, bidded it up, and put it up for 12 hours. Wellington Nem sold for 5.9k. As you can see, we're up to 1.5 million, and that's pretty much the goal that I had set in mind to build the team of the year and the team. Ola Toivonen for 5.9k. I'm not sure if I've had to reduce his price. I think I went a little bit higher than that, but he actually sold pretty quickly, which was surprising. 9.9k for Carlos Eduardo in a 4-1-2-1-2. A Rafael Sobiste sold for 5.9k. A Valdivia also sold, and as I said, Valdivia is one of those tougher players to sell. Someone I'd only recommend if you can get him really cheap. We sold him for 5.9k. Which is a decent profit in the 3-5-2 formation. Next is Eduardo Vargas. I think we sold him for 5,200, and obviously someone's put a formation card on him or something like that. I had to reduce these prices because Team of the Year was out, or just was out, starting to come out at that point, and the prices were bombing. We got rid of this Orellano again. A Valdivia, this one sold straight away for some odd reason, 6.4k. The other one we had to sell for 5.2. So it just shows you the demand for it. When someone wants it, he's gonna pay good money for it, but mostly they are tough to sell. Kaka sold for 7.4k at a striker position. A Moussa Dembele sold for 8.9k in the CDM position in a 3-5-2 formation. Again, we made really great profit on these Dembele. Someone you should really have a check out. Write it in your list. He's definitely someone you should check out. 6.9k for Andreas D'Alessandro from Internacional, I do believe. And Marco Marin is next, 7.8k for him in a centre mid position in a really poor formation. Arda Turan for 7.8k, not bad on him. And then we go on to D'Alessandro. He sold for 7.6k in the CDM position in a 3-5-2 as well. And we picked up a lot of these D'Alessandros, or Liga de Brazil as well, players, and not the most sought after players like Valdivia, but still they do sell given time. Trap sold for 9.9k, and another adult Trap, this one at striker, sold for 9,000 coins. A really good player in any position, and I've said many times, I think he's probably one of the better players to trade with in this whole series. Kaisuke Honda sold for 9,000 coins in the center mid position. Again, great profit on him. Moving on to another Trapped. Not sure on his position because obviously he's been changed, but I think 9.2 is either striker, centre mid, or CDM. Deco, 4-1-2-1-2 card on him. I don't think I put that card on him. 6.9k for Deco, converted to a centre mid, not too bad. Shinji Kagawa sold for 7.9 eventually. And yeah, another player who is great to trade with in all positions. Eduardo Vargas sold for 5.5k in the 3-5-2, converted to striker from his native centre forward. And Liga do Brazil player Lucas from Sao Paulo sold for 9,800. Do believe that was a striker version. As you can see, a couple have gone unsold, and they're usually the tougher ones that just struggle selling, to be fair, and you're always going to get them. I'm not going to put up all my players they all sell, just going to relist them right now, and obviously take them down as much as I can because I do want all this stuff sold as Team of the Year is out. 4,000 for that Muller, put him up just shy of 10. 1.3 for Sabis, put him up for 5.9. 2k for Callejon, gonna put him up for 6. A Honda 6.4, gonna put him up at 8.5. A Carlos Eduardo for 4,000 coins, going to put him up for 7.2. A Sessegnon for 4.2, going to put him up at 6.9. Turan for 2.5 at striker this time, and going to put him up for around 6.9k. Hopefully we'll get that for him. Another Eduardo Vargas, 4,000 coins, and his price is bombed. We're going to put him up at 4.8, and I've got another one that I bought for 3.8, and again I'm going to put him up at 4.8. Danny at CDM, 5,000 coins. Hopefully going to get a little bit more out of him, hopefully around 8,000 coins. That Chadley didn't sell, so I discarded him, still making a profit on him. And Dennis Magane, we bought for 8,000 coins. We're going to discard him for 9,638 coins. So that's a 1.5k profit on an inform from just discarding him. 6,000 coins for Jose Callejon, and he was one of the first players to sell in this batch. A really tidy player to trade with. Not always too many of them up, but definitely someone, if you can get him for the right price, is good to trade with. And we have bought some more players. Oscar for 6.1, going to put him up for around 7,000 coins. As you can tell, the market is depleting big time. Lucas 6.1, going to hopefully get around 9.9k from him in the striker position. I do believe Basu for CDM 4231, 3.1k, going to put him up for around 9.8k for a few hours. Carlos Eduardo, this time at striker, again a solid player, 2.1k, going to put him up at 7.2. Danny, another Danny, at striker in a 4-1-2-1-2 for 1.2k. I'm going to put him up at 8,500 coins. All these are bids, by the way, as you can see. 3,000 coins for this Honda, putting him up for 7.7. This Abasufa, we're going to put up, or we bought for 5,000 coins as striker, going to put him up at 6.9. Not the greatest profits, but if you make a K plus a player, you're not doing too bad. Sessignon for 2.7, we're going to put him up for around 7,000 coins for around 3 hours. And this is just literally, I'm just trying to clear everything I can. 7,000 coins for Dembele, going to put him up just shy of 10,000 coins. Another Eduardo Vargas, one of these players we just keep trading with, like Marine, put him up for 4.9k, and we picked him up for 3.1, so it's still a decent profit, nothing special though. Ronaldinho we got for 1,000 coins in striker, gonna put him up I think just shy of 6,000 coins. And Wellington Nem for 2.8 at striker, gonna put him up at 5.9. And another Wellington Nem, this time we're gonna put him up for around the similar price at 5.8, and we picked him up for just shy of 3,000 coins. So that was a lot to get through. Hopefully you have bared with it and appreciate the effort of this dual episode today. It's much appreciated if you could leave a like before you go, subscribe to my channel, check out my previous videos, and links to my Twitch, Twitter and Facebook in the description below. We are getting very close to the end of this series. It'd be much appreciated for everyone who's checked it out. And I've also got a playlist if you haven't watched the other episode. I will see you in the next episode, which should be tomorrow. Until then, peace.